For the sake of merciful God, let me say first and foremost that religion teaches all people to love. Religion has never told people to go against each other. There is no such thing in any religion. No holy book, no prophet has preached aggression. It is the responsibility of spiritual servants of all religions to preach His religion to people, and we are obligated to teach people to love each other, to respect man, and to care for him regardless of whether he is an Azerbaijani or an Armenian.
Öz dinimizi təbliğ eləməklə, o baxmayaraq bu ermənidir və yaxud Azərbaycanlıdır.
I believe that each and every person, not just a pious one or someone who has a religious sense, must go against war. Wars have never brought fortune to people since ancient times. They have merely brought ruin. Naturally, we as religious people are against any war and are on the side of peace. All of our religious ceremonies, be it a liturgy, mass, or other ritual ceremony, deliver peace to people. And all of our religious admonitions talk about love, tolerance, and peace. We congratulate each other both in writing and verbally on national and especially religious holidays, trying to serve as an example to others. With that act, we show that we in Georgia are proponents of reconciliation, friendship, and brotherhood. And we do that not driven by political motives. No. This phenomenon was not born and formulated in one day. We cannot say that we, with His Holiness Vazgen, are the formulators of warm and kind relations. It is possible for us not even to interact with each other, but the locals visit each other, congratulate each other's national and religious holidays. In reality, it is us following their example and developing our relations.
Biz əksinə biz onlara baxmışıq, daha da bunu gücləndirmişik.
I have congratulated our Akhund Ali Aliyev in connection with Nowruz Bayram. Besides, several Azerbaijani families live in the vicinity of our St. Georg Church, with whom we also interact. And just yesterday, we congratulated them in connection with Nowruz Bayram with the best wishes. On Christmas Day, as well as Easter, Akhund Ali calls and congratulates me. Imir is our village. Its name is Imir. It is the perfect village for us. We were born and raised in this village and won't trade it for no other village. It doesn't matter an Armenian lives here, a Georgian, a Turk, or a Laz. The ethnicity doesn't matter. We are all the same. This is one perfect village. I was born and raised in this village. We are the same age with Samvel and grew up as brothers. Our homes are next to each other. We never had serious disagreements. I speak Armenian very well. He speaks Azerbaijani. We are together in both sad and joyful moments. For example, it was their Bayram a few days ago and they had invited us. We went there, sat down, ate and drank. It felt like our home. How I got home, I don't remember. He was driving. I came home sound and safe. They even wouldn't let me out of their house. They were telling me to stay, that it was our home too. What's the difference? I lived in Russia for 15 years. When I returned, my mother told me that Samvel had helped her in everything. My mother tells me it is better to have a close neighbor than a distant relative. It is natural that the years of conflict had their influence on both Armenian-populated Samtskhe Javakh and Azerbaijani Marneuli. It is natural that many people felt tension, but I was told that during those years no confrontation took place on ethnic grounds. No problem arose, even between neighbors.
Կամ նույնիսկ հարևանությամբ ապրողների միջև խնդիր չի առաջացել։
Bir şəhərdə yaşayıram Marneoli'də.
I have lived in Marneuli myself and know about relations between Armenians and Azerbaijanis. Even during the war, people maintained their warm relations and respectful attitude toward each other. They were baffled by what happened. Of course, all of that impacted them, and they were worried. Some forces tried to use the situation, but they couldn't. Nothing worked. On the contrary, people became more tolerant toward each other.
Yəni qızışdırıcı və burada da bu xalqların bir-birinə qarşı olmasından heç alınmadı. Yəni düşmən bundan bəlkə də istifadə edə bilərdi, amma burada o şeylər baş vermədi. O hadisələr baş vermədi.
Burada gəlirlər yox. Gəl.
We have guests from Azerbaijan and Armenia, but no disagreement takes place. We do not allow ourselves to discuss such subjects, whoever it may be. It is not accepted among us.
Mən erməniyəm, bu müsəlmanım. Bizdə onu ora spor gəlsə biz onu xitar vermərik. Sən kimsən burada spor eləyirsən? Bizdə elə şey ola bilməz. Həyatı boyda.
If you are a guest, behave like one. A guest cannot provoke a quarrel in our home. In other respects, he is free to do what he wants to his heart's content, but we live as relatives. What can you do when everywhere in the world there are wars? However, that is not a reason for us to slaughter each other. It is true. Now, if his uncle Ashot, who works at the water plant, were here, he would tell us a lot. Let everyone be well. Everyone who lives near us.
Bir adamın inakta yayo toşuyor gayo.
See, I reprimand him sometimes. I work as the principal of a school and am proud that my children do not know what ethnic classification is. Yes, my children. They are also my children. I am more respectful toward my Azerbaijani children. Of course, they are all children. For children, there is no ethnic classification. Just like we live like brothers on this Georgian soil, we will live like this. We will stay like this forever.
Kunnen we een pizza voor het kijken? Make. Yes. Yes. Choose.
My father went to school here too. That's why he brought me here. In our class, we're all friends and everyone helps me. At first, I wasn't comfortable in the class, but now I'm close to everyone.
Uşaqlarımız bir-birindən çox mehribandır. Həyat yoldaşımız.
We, our wives and children, are friends with each other. Recently, there was an Azerbaijani wedding in the village. There were more Armenian guests than Azerbaijanis. On my wedding, the master of ceremonies was an Armenian. What was Rubik's last name?
Худаев?
Да, Худаев Рубик был, Ладоевич.
Да, Ладоевич.
Лично на моем свадьбе был он тамадой. И очень хорошо провел.
Օնարյալ եւ յումին երկիր պականեմ ըսուր բրսարաշար եւ սախտող ըսգալուստը թերուսախ եւ ինչն է հետաքրքիր
What's interesting is that if outside of Azerbaijan and Armenia the two peoples can work together, interact, stand by each other in times of need, then why shouldn't that be possible in Armenia and Azerbaijan? If there's a will, there's a way.
Հայաստանում եւ Ադրբեջանում. Դրա համար կամք է պետք.
Ermənilər bu gün evlərindən çıxır, kilidi bağlayır qapını, evinin açarını Azərbaycanlıya verir.
Until today, when Armenians leave the village for a period of time, they trust their house keys to Azerbaijani neighbors. And when they go to work, they leave their children in the care of Azerbaijanis, in order not to worry about their children. Such relations have been kept here.
Biz gələnə qədər uşağa baxçın. Yəni bir belə burada bu münasibətlər vardı və qorunub saxlanıb.
My mother also can tell about that. She is 80 years old.
I was born in 1930. Until now, there haven't been any conflicts between us. Our doors are open to everyone, day and night. When we go to Baku, we leave our house and household chores in the care of our Armenian neighbors. When we return, we see that they have milked our cows and looked after them properly. Not even a needle has gotten lost. Everything is clean and cared for. My son, eventually we're all going to die, even after living 100 years. Let the man pass away in peace. Why should we slaughter each other so that God doesn't accept our souls? Our neighbors are Armenians and Georgians, but our relations are good. They are very sincere people. We visit each other's homes. Recently, we celebrated Noyruz Bayram. They came to our house with eggs dyed red. We were all sitting by the Noyruz wheat. Soon it will be their Easter. We will gather in their house. We'll bake bread and cookies together. We live peacefully, Armenians, Turks, and Georgians. There is no difference if you're Armenian, Turkish, or Georgian. It's international. We live peacefully in one place and as one family.
Mainly Armenians live in this village. Azerbaijanis also reside here. On weddings and funerals we are together, all of us as one person. We speak different languages, but our heart is one. We drink the same water, share the same bread, shop from the same store, and attend the same school. We live the way the Creator has created us. Man is man.
Ben onun şahidi oldum ki Ermeni
I witnessed an incident. On the same day, an Armenian and an Azerbaijani had died. The Muslims attended the Armenians' funeral, the Armenians the Muslims. There cannot be a better example.
yas yerinə gəlmişlər, bax sağ ol. Bax bunun özü böyük iş idi mənim üçün.
Məsələn, hüzr yeridir. Bir də görürsən məsələn adicə Tiflisdə gedirsən hüzr yerinə.
In Tbilisi, where Azerbaijanis, Georgians, Russians, Abkhazes, Armenians, and Kurds live together, until the Muslim cleric or the Christian minister begins the ceremony during a wake, it is hard to determine which faith the deceased belonged to. Everybody participates in such ceremonies. Together with Ali, we are going to continue this spirit here, this heartbeat. And we are going to do everything so that outside Armenia and Azerbaijan, in Georgia, our peoples never have such conflicts. But the complete opposite. We are going to make sure they live peacefully and try to solve problems with mutual understanding. This boy here is an Azerbaijani and speaks fluent Armenian. This is my son, and he speaks Azerbaijani quite well. Our doctor, Nazim, is a golden guy, caring toward everyone. He pays a special visit to the school in order to examine the children. The whole village trusts him. We go to Sadakhlu